Hello, my dear parents. In the last episode, I mentioned to you that the brain is identical across the human race. I also said that education is a process of a cooperation or a coordination between two systems, the brain system and the mind system. In this episode, I'm going to give you a very interesting fact about Einstein's brain. All of us know that Einstein was not a genius when he was born. He was having learning difficulties. He started speaking very late. His teachers dubbed him, labeled him as not so good. He joined a job as a patent clerk and he lost his job. Actually, people did not take him seriously. But then something happened, and by the time he was old, when he died, he was a Nobel Laurette. He had nearly 1,000 inventions registered in his name. The question is, how did this transformation take place? A student or a child which was known to be dyslexic, how did this genius evolve out of this student? This is what many people wanted to know, and this is also what Thomas Harvey, the physician who did the autopsy of Einstein's body, wanted to know. So when Einstein passed away, Dr. Thomas Harvey did the autopsy. He took Einstein's brain without the knowledge of the family members and kept it in formaldehyde solution. His project was to know what is so great in Einstein's brain. He was curious. And his team dissected the brain into small parts and went on researching, closely examining, was his brain in any way different from other human beings' brain. After years of research, nearly 20 years of research or so, he came out with the finding that there is nothing so great, so different in Einstein's brain. But the question is, how do you explain this? How do you explain this phenomenal transformation of Einstein right from his childhood to the Einstein whom we know? After he gave up his research, one Dr. Marian Diamond wanted to continue the same research, and she took a portion of Einstein's brain and she continued the research through the 1980s. And somewhere in the beginning of 90s, she came with a breakthrough finding. Yes, there is something different in Einstein's brain, and that was the basis for many of the reforms that were to take place in the field of education, teaching and learning throughout the world. And the finding was Einstein's brain contained a higher density of neurons. A higher density of neurons. And that was the reason for his amazing achievement. But the question is, does it mean that Einstein was born with more number of neurons? The answer is no. Because across the human race, children are born, babies are born with identical brain configuration. So she continued the research to find out what was the difference which made the difference in Einstein's life. And her research is the basis of many of the education reforms, as I said a little earlier. And her findings are very important for the parents, teachers, and the students. More about it in the episodes to follow. See you in the next episode.